Hello, guys, and welcome to 21metrics podcast. I'm Timo here with Hans Gardner today, my old
Thank
friend and
you once again. Good to be
OG
here.
investor. Welcome, Hans. Good to have you here. So we're
hmm
about to talk about crypto, of course, obviously macro and alt seasons. So are we moving towards alt season? Are we approaching one? But first, don't forget to check our partner Sashi.ai. I will add the link to our show notes. But yeah, Hans, let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's start with Bitcoin. So that's the leading cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin at 116K, and we are actually seeing some like well level buying here. Actually, like if you look at the CBD, we are seeing retail selling, but whales buying. This is usually a bullish sign, and I think like the crypto seasonality will now kick in here. Now we have 2 weeks to Q4, the last quarter of the year, and I think we'll have a positive quarter ahead. September has been kind of like lukewarm, kind of sideways. So I think like whales are now like pricing in pricing in the upcoming quarter. What do you think about that? That the
Mm.
brown one is whale level um, buyer there or cohort. So what I think.
Sure. So in this current landscape, I think Bitcoin is in a pretty good position. Right now, Solana has been stealing the show a little bit. There's been, a couple major digital asset funds that have been committing to Solana. So many billions have kind of flown in through that. So maybe Bitcoin has been like a little bit overlooked in the last, week or two. But I think it's a healthy consolidation and it sets it up actually for a good move, possibly upwards, especially considering we've seen, the Fed rates being cut. I think there's a lot of liquidity that is looking for a place where it could grow.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And like seasonality is a big thing in crypto, and Q4 has historically been the most positive quarter. So I think we are good here. So Q4 October in 2 weeks, and I think we are moving up. So following the seasonality, and I just wrote an article to Crypto Quant about the Q4 and what to expect basically. So we have the yellow line there is like Bitcoin's energy value model. It's from Capital Investment. I kind of like borrowed that, but anyways, they're saying that it's like the um, lower energy value model is around 145K, or kind of like the fair price of Bitcoin. So I think in Q4 we'll at least reach the 145K. It's easy to see, and if you're lucky, we could even see like 200K level prices, and then we are seeing there the pink indicator is Binance's estimated leverage ratio. So leverage is growing on Binance, and that's also supporting and so yeah, towards Q4. So I think uh, like at least 145K and towards 200, or how do you see it
So,
playing out?
mhm. So one of the key things to keep in mind is that if we start looking at the timings of past cycles, we are starting to reach a point of time where if we compare to multiple of the previous cycles, then right now, Q4 of 2025 could be roughly when a lot of people have been forecasting that the cycle might near its peak.
Yeah,
So as we are in a pretty healthy macro environment, we are, getting a lot of like institutional interest, a lot of liquidity inflow into crypto. I'm not saying that we should, instantly sell, like I was selling in October, things are going to crash. You should be prepared for the possibility.
yeah,
As we talk about, hitting numbers like 200K, we should be kind of mindful about the timing of the cycle now.
yeah,
So as we are starting to hit some of these larger numbers, I'm not saying that right now, we are at 4 trillion market cap, 4.1, 4.2 roughly.
yeah,
I think right now we are still like a really healthy territory. There is a lot of like, margin interest. A lot of people are like leveraged up. but I think we have more to go. I don't think we're there quite yet. But if we start to see some of these bigger numbers like 200K, even like 150, 175, then we are not only looking at like what can we hit, but also like how long until some of these like established players are looking to offload. Some of the early OG, some of the earlier funds. I'm not saying that maybe players like MicroStrategy might sell, but there are others that maybe look to capture that what they might see as the peak.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Let's move on a bit. So what I wrote here was about seasonality and Q4. So I think I also commented on this, but yeah. So Charles Edwards of Capriola Investments, he estimates Bitcoin's fair price being between 1.4K, 1.5K and 1.68K. So between there and yeah, as I said, so nothing special. Maybe their leverage is rising. But let's go to macro. This is GMI's Bitcoin cycle top finder, and looking at this, we are not even close to the cycle top. So when looking at the previous 21
Mhm.
cycle top, we still
But I like this chart. I like this chart.
yeah,
So if you look at the timing roughly between the cycles, so this kind of illustrates it pretty well. So are we due, like timing wise, maybe like some might say that it is the case. Are we
yeah,
due pricing wise? I
yeah,
think that pricing wise, not so much.
yeah. Or like this makes you think that we have heard this thesis that maybe there's even the cycle model is kind of like dead or old. So previously we had this 4 year cycle, but maybe it's different now because you remember when we kind of like started or met in, I think it was in 2016. Bitcoin is very small compared to what is now, and I think we are in this early maturity phase, and Bitcoin is also very mature nowadays, and it's correlated, pretty correlated to Nasdaq and SP 500. So you could at least argue that maybe the cycle model is gone. I don't know. So that's
Good question. So I see it this way. So a lot of the earlier cycles have been, kind of dominated by retail.
yeah,
So it's a lot more, volatile. You have like a huge, like if people are like, "We're gonna get rich," and it's like a boom and bust. Now this cycle is more institutional dominated,
yeah,
which is, kind of a good thing, but I don't think it completely changes the game. Every cycle so far, people have been like, okay, this cycle is different. Like this time, we're not gonna boom and crash.
yeah,
But I think there is like a lot of like inherent mechanisms built in. A lot of the price rises are built up by leverage, and eventually that leverage also has to come down. So
yeah.
I don't think that means we're going to crash like 15K per Bitcoin or something like ridiculous low. But let's say we go up to like 200K and we might come back down to below 100K. It's entirely realistic.
Yeah, I actually have another chart here by Martin of CryptoQuant. This is a very good one. I just found it and borrowed it. Credit to Martin. But Bitcoin's the orange one here. So Bitcoin's year to date performance from 1st of January is around 24%, and then Nasdaq is around like 15.4. So I think if you look at this, like gold is outperforming, and also like silver here. Gold is almost 40%, silver is like 45. So Bitcoin is pretty close to Nasdaq here. So at least for now, for Q4 could be different. Bitcoin might go parabolic for a while or something, but at least for now, like Bitcoin is in the same cohort with Nasdaq. So Bitcoin kind of like acts like a technology stock here. So if you look at it,
Sure.
and
Honestly, I think gold outperformance is like a huge story, actually.
yeah,
So there are very good reasons to look into gold. I I think we're gonna like keep this a little bit brief for now, but gold, hitting 3.6, 3.7 right now, I think it's like a big indicator where the economy may be going. So
yeah.
I recommend to keep a pretty close eye on it and what the underlying events might mean.
Yeah, I also have some Pax gold, so I have tokenized gold, not actually physical gold, but it's been performing well, and I'm glad I bought it. But yeah, really like my thesis is that I'm not like proposing anything edgy that Bitcoin would collapse or anything, but I think like we Bitcoin at least, not talking about other digital assets, but Bitcoin at least per se has reached this like mature state, which means that it's correlating, as we can see here, is correlating with Nasdaq, S&P 500, and it's going up, and especially going up against fiat currencies. But then again, what's pretty heavy, it means that in order to for Bitcoin to go parabolic, theoretically, it would need a lot of new money, a lot of new liquidity coming in, and that's very different than if you compare to your 17, for example, when you didn't need that much money to move the Bitcoin spot price. So I think we are maybe moving into an era where Bitcoin is kind of like correlated with Nasdaq, and it's okay. And then if you want to have higher beta, then you're looking at these altcoins, as you talk about this new ZZ altcoin. We can maybe cover that later, but this is my thesis about the market overall. I think this.
I can put it more simply. I think that both Nasdaq and gold and Bitcoin, they're all subject to global liquidity creation.
Yeah,
So when money is created, it has to flow into somewhere where it makes a profit. So Bitcoin or S&P or gold, all of these are great vehicles. And the real hidden story is the massive amount of money printing that is taking place. It is
yeah,
absolutely fueling, crypto market is fueling the stock market. And it's actually crazy how much we are underrating the amount of money being created. So it doesn't take that much money to move Bitcoin market because just so much new money is being created on a daily basis. The mechanisms are not immediately obvious to public. It's not immediately obvious to even like institutional players. But if you look into it more, it's absolutely crazy. So I would not expect this to stop until something systemic breaks.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's right. And other chart by Martin, it really shows like the um, Lila one here is Ethereum. So it really shows that Ethereum like underperformed Bitcoin a lot during spring and during the summer, but then it kind of like had a huge comeback, and now like in year to date terms, Ethereum is at 34 and Bitcoin is at 23.6, and Nasdaq is at 15.4. So yeah, and here actually Bitcoin is closer to Nasdaq than Ethereum. But yeah, well said, Hans. I agree. Let's move on. So MSTR is buying as usual. Um,
Good.
so so do you have any ideas about that then?
Yeah, I heard that Michael Saylor is buying more Bitcoin. That's the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. Like it's great for Bitcoin. He's a fucking genius. Like he's a great guy. I think that he has a very deep understanding of what Bitcoin is, and he's not looking at it just from like a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year time scale. He's looking at it from like a 10 year, 20 year, 30 year plus cycle. So he's not even concerned about when to sell the top or like us like normal regular investors. So
Yeah.
he's deeply committed to this play. And I think it's going to play out like Bitcoin in the time scale of 10 years or 20 years. Is it not going to hit $1 million? Is it not going to hit maybe 2 mil, 10 mil? It's
Yeah.
entirely possible.
Yeah. Like MSTR now owns like 3.2% of all bitcoins in circulation. So that's quite a lot, and their buys have been pro-cyclical, as we can see here in this chart. This is also by Martin. It's a great chart, and but it really shows that. As long as sailors buying like spot price usually correlates with MSTR's balance sheet, but they like during the negative phase or bear year of 22 they were buying a lot less, but that is he's still buying, so I think it's positive for Bitcoin. We can move on, and then like we have so many Ethereum treasury companies. We have like the Bitmining Immersion Tech by Tom Lee. Do you have anything to say about this segment?
Of course. So Ethereum and just as much Solana as well. I think they're patching a lot of bit. It's great. It's really good that we have these institutional mechanisms for investing. I think that this is just one of the big inflows into crypto. I think this is just that all the institutional interest like just materializing now. It's been long in the making, but we are starting to get like more channels, more ways for these institutions to invest. I think this, ETH treasuries reflects that. The Solana trusts reflect that. And I think they are starting to expand to also like less known, smaller assets. Like whatever has value, whatever has alpha for them,
Yeah.
people they will make a play for it. And I think this is good for us, good for these institutions. I think like good for the cycle, good for the like the crypto cycle and the crypto community as a whole.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Well said. Let's move on. So yeah, we actually covered these already. So let's move to Altseason. So this is a new narrative, new thesis. So everybody knows about Altseason, but are we in an Altseason? So what it means that we should now like focus on small cap tokens basically. Are we? Do you think we are this in this market in which like small cap new tokens will be a thing, or how do you see it?
No.
No, not yet.
Yes.
Are we approaching that in Q4? How does it play out?
No, not at
No.
all. I think that we are starting to reach the later parts of the cycle, and I think more attention should be put on the stronger assets, blue chips, revenue generating tokens. Hyperliquid, for example, is a great choice. So whatever has like tangible value, I think that what we've seen in 2021, 2017, etc., is that towards the end of the cycle, these small cap meme coins, speculative tokens, ICOs get demolished. Anything that has like a kind of Ponzi like structure, it will start losing its value. People will see, some of the liquidity flowing out. And as soon as liquidity flows out, it can create like a cascading cycle.
Mhm.
So just as quickly as it can go up, it can go down just as quickly.
Okay.
And I personally see that strong high value tokens have a place, and alt season, it can sound nice, and a lot of people have vested interest to try to push that to you. A lot of people want to sell their meme tokens. They want to sell some junk to you. But I think the best thing an investor can do right now is to find some of the like the stronger plays, some of the valuable ecosystems or some of the like revenue generating platforms, or just stick to the tried and true principles, Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, etc. I think that's the better play.
Yeah. You also had some of your own charts here. Do you want to explain? So this was about you added it here.
So Aster.
Astro, yeah.
So yep. So I think so as a little bit of a introduction. So just yesterday, CZ, famously known for founding Binance, announced their new decentralized exchange. So this is as recent as it gets. And it's really fascinating because a lot of people have been bringing parallels with Hyperliquid, the DEX that has been, sweeping the markets recently, a lot of, volume going through it, like a huge DEX, like a winner. Previously, if you look back on some of the bigger DEX players, like Uniswap or DYDX or others, a lot of the DEXs have had, a lot of UX issues, low volume, a lot of, clumsy things that make it painful to use. So Hyperliquid has been like a huge winner in that it has created a massive community, a cult-like following. The price action has been absolutely crazy, and the product has been, immaculate as well.
Yeah.
And I feel the narrative is that CZ has kind of taken that as a personal thing. So back in 2019, Binance also tried to create their own like Binance Dex, which it had some activity, but I think ultimately didn't play out so well.
Yeah.
You can go like to next slide as well.
Yeah. Sure.
So right now, for example, if you look at Aster, it's already starting to get some meaningful size volume. So most of it is on its own token, but still it's crossing 1 bill plus. So it's still highly less than Hyperliquid, for example, which sees volumes of 10 bill plus. And the open interest on Astro is also pretty minuscule right now compared to Hyperliquid, which has a lot. But if we keep in mind, like this is just day one of this new launch and of this being like official.
Yeah.
I think that behind the scenes, a lot of things will start happening to make Aster not just the second player. This is not the ambition. This is not the goal. They don't want to be just another DEX. Their goal is to completely destroy Hyperliquid. The goal is to have better fees, better UX, volume. They want to dominate by all metrics.
Yeah.
So that's the goal. If you
So
go kind of
is
next,
he Aster, yeah. So is
mhm.
he Aster as like a competitor to Hyperliquid, and they're now like trying to destroy. ZZ wants to destroy Hyperliquid. So interesting.
I
Yeah.
think so. I think so. Like, go next slide. But I think it's personal to some degree. You know, if you look at the Hyperliquid over a historic chart, so over the last like year or a year and a half, we've seen it go from the launch of its token,
Yeah.
which also there was a very generous airdrop to its power users. We've
Yeah.
seen from the inception of its token to a massive growth. It went, initially there was like a huge rally to like $10, $20. It had like a little bit of a catch up, little bit of a break, but basically like everybody that's been buying Hyperliquid or trading on it, they've been very happy about the decision, let's say.
Yeah.
And right now it's been trading at, $50, $55. Recently, just yesterday, peaked at 58.
Yeah.
And if we look at the market caps and FTV, go next, then you can also see that Hyperliquid, it's established, it has a huge cult-like following. The current market cap is, roughly 18, 19 bill.
Mm.
And, FTV is at 56.
Yeah.
If we look at where Astro is right now, it's basically, 1 bill market cap. Yesterday, you were able to buy it even, below like 600, 500 mil. So my entry was, below like 500 mil market cap. So it's the new thing. There's a lot of room for growth, and they will not hesitate to pull like any move. Like
Mm.
this is not just like, this is a DEX, like we are trying to do like a business. No, like CZ is one of the, like he's the crypto founder, right? Like being behind Binance, the most winning, crypto
Yeah.
exchange in history.
Yes.
I think that's like a huge signal. And it's kind of like, let's say it's like Elon Musk, and you see that he's starting like a new company. Like, I don't know, if Elon Musk were to start his own crypto DEX, you,
Yes.
you on it. Like, doesn't matter if the product is good or not, but just
Yeah.
off the fact that, okay, this is Elon, like you can place some money on it.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about CZ. Like the guy, like he's also loaded. Like if he wants to make a thing work, he has a lot of mechanisms to do so.
Is ZZ paying you to sponsor or promote this new thing? Just kidding. But yeah, I agree.
I
He,
wish. I wish.
he's a true OG. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
loaded on that, and yeah.
I think yeah. Like, and it's been in the making. I think in this tweet, I think it's like a subtle heat, like a subtle, tip from CZ, like a subtle hint.
Yes.
It's directly shot. It's a shot at Hyperliquid, right? Like it's obvious, and this is from back in January. So
Yeah.
it shows that firstly, he's been building something, and secondly, it's personal. He wants to demolish Hyperliquid. That is the story. This is the play that I really want to run up. I think that this, looking at 1 bill market cap right now, is it realistic that we hit 5x from here, possibly 10x?
Yeah.
Possibly the narrative will be about flipping Hyperliquid.
Yeah. Yeah.
He will not stop until this runs more higher than Hyperliquid.
Yeah. So this time is personal. What's your take?
This time is personal. He's a bloodhound. He's like a sick psychopath. He will come for a Jeff fan. He will do anything that he can. I really think that this will be the play. I think right now it's a obvious. It's kind of obvious. Like, of course, there might come things that throw this off, but I think that it's a very exciting play. I think that over the next 1 month, 2 months, and longer, like we're gonna have like all of the exchange listings. Binance listing is guaranteed. All of the other centralized exchanges also, of
Yeah.
course, will add it. And I think that behind the scenes, Season will work also with top market makers. He knows all of them personally, anyways. There's going to be a lot of incentives to bring on volume, to bring on power users, to traders, and the token. It's just another part. And the rising token is the best marketing mechanisms,
Yeah.
as we all know.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Well said. I believe you. Thanks for your views again. Interesting and so Oster is a new thing. I believe you on that. So yeah. Thanks for your time, Hans, and hopefully we can have you as a guest again. And
Thank
to our
you so much
viewers,
as well. Pleasure to be here, as always.
thanks, Hans. To our viewers, thank you. See you next time.